stay behind me, not touch rocks or take them home. So pretty easy rules, and it is very wet in here compared to normally. We've had a lot of rain here the last couple weeks, I guess. So, but anyway, are you familiar with caves? Have you been to a few caves?
Yeah, a couple of caves.
Okay. Well, are you familiar with the formations and everything?
Yeah.
Okay, well, then we don't even really have to go over that. But yeah, I haven't been in here in probably a good couple of weeks, but I've been hearing that there's bats and frogs and salamanders all over the place, so we'll keep our eye out for those. Those caves? Somewhat. All right. Well, we'll go over a couple of them, a couple different formations and real quick, just like regular soda straws. But when they get stopped up with mud or clay or other sediments, then they push the water on the outside instead of through the middle, makes them bigger around. But when last bricks get longer, bigger, and thicker, and all start to grow together, kind of like they're doing there at the top, and then they form this stuff. So, you guys have any questions so far?
Nope.
No? All right. Well, we have 8 rooms to go see. So let's go on into the next room. We are coming out the same way that we're going in. So we'll see everything fine. But watch your head, watch your step.
Okay. Good, looks like good.
Squeeze. All right, now this room is probably the most popular room in the whole cave because this is where we do all of our weddings. Now we've held over 1,900 of them. They happen all the time. I know that we don't have one here coming up soon, but we will probably next week or so. But what we like to do is we put our bride and groom in front of this formation up here, our minister in front of this stalagmite in the middle of the floor, and then friends and family back here. Now we've actually fit 117 people in this room.
Oh my.
So it is kind of small, but we can fit a whole bunch in here. So, and we draw quite a crowd on some of the weddings. So, but anyway, this big formation that our bride and groom stands in front of is what we like to call the pipe organ formation. The reason why is because a while back people were allowed to tap on the sides of it, kind of give off a hollow sound similar to pipe organ. Is right down here. It's what we like to call cave onyx. Now cave onyx comes in a lot of different colors. The most popular, I believe, is probably black. Comes in a lot of jewelry. But here in our cave, we've only really got the white. We'll see a lot of it. It looks a little bit like ice or snow hanging off some of the different formations, but kind of pretty, kind of nice. But, you guys have any questions so far?
My shoes, sorry.
It's okay. Well, I'll let you guys look around a little bit then, kind of check stuff out. That's the cool part about having a small group, to actually get to look. So, go ahead and check stuff out. And we'll leave here in just about a minute or so. People are allowed to come in and out on their own. So if they saw something they wanted, well, of course we didn't have the gift shop, so break off a piece, take it out with them. And they do take about 30 years to 100 years per inch. So you can see a lot of them have been broken off. They've been broken off for ages. So
That's a
kind of
shame.
stinks, yeah. But as we get back there further, it was harder and harder to get back there without lights and modern things. So you'll see a lot less breakage. But all right, let's go on down through this next part. This part down through here is what we like to call the lemon squeezer. It's kind of narrow.
Smaller than that?
It's about the same size.
I might be in trouble.
Now, if you feel yourself needing to touch down through here, I won't be mad at you. Because I bet you I'm going to have to do.
Good Lord.
about 3 years ago, somebody started the trend of throwing in dollar bills. So now it's just become abundant. You know, at first we were like, don't throw them in there, but then we're like, man, why not? Oh, there's a fire.
Reach in there,
How far back was that go?
Just a little bit further, you can see. Yeah, most of the little crevices back in here don't go very far. They'll go maybe 2 or 3 feet beyond what the lights will reach. But the wall, and it also has the Ripley's article in there, so you can kind of check it out. But also in this room, you can look and see all the different colors on the wall. Now, all these different colors are all the different minerals. Like in the middle of the wall, we've got reddish orange, which is iron oxide. To the left of that, there's black and gray, which is lead and manganese. In the top right-hand corner, there's a little bit of white, which is calcium. And on the ceiling, just...
I don't have any.
Yeah, this wishing well is actually a scholarship fund for the local high school, so that's why we've started doing it. Never fails. I'll be right in the middle of that sentence and someone will go, what? We have to get it all over the place.
Small cleanser.
Yeah.
Alright, well, this room is what we like to call the Garden of the Gods room, because there are so many beautiful little formations here, and in this room we've got a lot of the drake light, a lot of the white calcium on it, so it kind of looks like clouds. But also in this room, right up here, we've got a formation, which is what we like to call our guardian angel. So they're kind of neat, and we've got a lot of formations in here like that. A lot of them that you look at and go, oh, that's a... So, kind of, well, I guess he's about 52 or 3 actually, so not very. Ooh, I have to duck for this one.
Oh, that's like those Spanish mushrooms.
Oh, it feels so nice in here.
I thought it'd be cooler, actually. I know, this is so hot.
Now, this formation up here is what we like to call the frozen Niagara, because it kind of looks like a big frozen waterfall. Now, in the 1960s, this was the end of the cave tour because of that formation. But around then, a few guys got together and decided, hey, let's go up on top, see what's going on up there, and see if there's anything back there worth seeing. So they crawled up, went across the ledge, and then across those wooden planks. Now, they crawled across a few more, found a hole, crawled down in it, and got to 3 more rooms. Now, behind those 3 rooms, there is another half mile of the cave, so when they got back out, they were like, wow, look at all this cave back here. But we couldn't make everybody go all the way up and over, so we put out the plans. Now, a little bit later, around the mid-1980s, a few guys got together again and said, hey, we have all this cave back here, we really want to open it up, how are we going to do it? So they planned it out, mapped out the cave, just to see where every little nook and cranny, crack and crevice was, and started right back here in the left-hand corner of the formation. Now, they blew up little bits and pieces at a time, as well as chipped and carved a little bit of it, and carried out all the debris. Now, most of the debris went in little nooks and crannies here and there, some under the floors, but they made a pretty good-sized tunnel to get through. Inside the tunnel, they found 3 air pockets, which are just like little holes in the wall, little rooms of their own. Inside of them are a bunch of the real pretty formations, like the soda straws and stalactites and stalagmites, but the neatest part about them is that they're lined in cave onyx. And if you guys look up here in the middle of that wall again, you'll see that big white patch, kind of looks like snow or wax or ice. And that's some of the cave onyx, kind of like the stuff that we got to see there in that second room. So, kind of neat. But, guys, have any questions from your
Is it the orange ones?
They are they're black actually. They're black and they have speckles. And then we have the little brown bats. You're in a cave that aren't any bigger than your thumb, so they're kind of small. Then normal, just little toads and frogs hop in because it's cool. And we've seen some unlikely visitors, like we've had a possum in here. We've had, oh yeah, we're going around.
Cool. Fuzzy. Well, this one's got a lot of snow over here. Oh, that hurt.
Sorry. Not really.
I know you're not. What's
Yeah, if you guys want, you can look up there and see how small that hole is, how little it is. And when you get done looking, you can come on into the next one.
okay?
I'll hang out in here.
Did you get wet?
Oh, the rocks are all wet.
That's pretty.
Yeah.
Still blinking?
But here in this room, you'll see a lot of the real pretty soda straws and stalactites. A little less breakage, but a lot of the soda straws through the tunnel and even in this room have been kind of knocked off and bumped. Reason being, when you're back here in the dark, you don't know what you're bumping up against. They're very brittle and they're easy to break. And also a little bit of the blasting and drilling and junk like that kind of helped it along. But
Don't what?
Don't touch me.
It's very good.
because she's a genius, so, you know.
I've been here before.
Nah.
Been good, what, 30 years?
Mile up is the same one that we were checking out there in that third one. So it goes quite a ways. Now, when you guys get ready, you turn around and look up there where we came from, and you'll see what we were just standing under. Up there's the natural bridge, how open it is. Now here in this big room, you can see up there the little formation with the space in the middle of it. Now what happened was at one time it was one big piece, but it was supported by a shelf of mud and clay. And we all know the shelves of mud and clay really aren't that stable, especially when supporting that much weight. So over time, it just started to kind of erode down, and as it did, the bottom half of it just said, hey, I'm coming down with it. It's stuck down there in the mud and clay. Now, we also had an earthquake here in Missouri around 1812 or so, and there's rumors that are kind of linked to that and maybe had a little helping hand in it coming down. But we're not for sure. And if you look at the top half of it, though, you can see little soda straws coming off the ends, and that's just a real good indication it is still growing, and that it'll grow back together someday. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
that has been growing together forever. And I've been here for 5 or 6 years, and it still hasn't grown yet.
Has it gotten any closer?
Not really, not that you can really tell. But right down here is some of the water, and all the way up to steps.
Sweet, so I got it. What's the ladder down there?
That's a good question.
Those guys can clean.
What we like to call Mystery Lake, because of that ladder and all that little bridge. So right here, or,
Back there somewhere.
yeah, maybe, you know, somebody came back here, got all that stuff back here and just said, you know, we're not taking it back out with us. Or just whatever. The water's about 20 foot deep, and the cave goes back another half mile beyond this point. Water follows a good part of that half mile, but doesn't go the whole way. And the Lake of the Ozarks outside doesn't come in here at all, so we have no fish or plants or trash. So. Or coins or anything in the pool.
Ah.
And then,
Was he a big one or?
no, they really are tiny. I'm not a big fan
You
of.
believe him or not?
Yeah, you know, but that's what they tell me and they're experts, so I'm going with it. And I have never had a bat attack me or fly at me or anything close to being weird. But their bodies are about as big as your thumb and their wings are just maybe 6 inches. So,
3 foot wingspan.
yeah.
They don't want their concrete to start growing. Yard?
This thing kind of reminds me of a bat. Its wings.
Yeah. You're thinking of that. That's not bad. You're thinking of
Something donkey.
that. Yeah.
I've never passed those tests exams. Psych test. Let me show you. What is this? Let me show you the picture.
It's a bad.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. See, you did it, didn't you? You just yawned, didn't you?
I did twice.
No.
It was ridiculous.
Couldn't hear it over my shoes.
Well, you got a remote for him?
Yep. With this remote, I control all activity in the cave. Isn't that scary?
Yeah.
All right, well, you guys have any questions about anything so far? No? All right, well, let's go back through the cave.
That's neat.
Yeah. No, not yet. Sure, no. Long time after we're dead, though. Throw in a couple more grades. That's cool. She started it this time. Yeah. Was that you?
It scared me.
You sure you don't want to go back there and go swimming?
still have everybody, that's a plus. Nobody's limping or bleeding, right?
No.
Nothing
We
like
can
that.
try that.
Yeah. All right, well, then let's go through a couple more rooms. Guys, follow me in. Watch your heads. You guys have any last minute questions about anything? All right, well, let's pass on through the last couple of rooms, and we'll be out of here.
Good thing you don't have a picnic back there. Some people might come in and not be able to get out.
Yeah.
That'd probably be one of them.
Probably
She's trying to make a blue curtain.
Well, thanks for coming down, guys. Got me out of the gift shop for a whole hour. Entertained me. Yeah, well, just about an hour. If you guys get a chance, stop into that rock shop. We've got a lot of the cave onyx in different colors, a map of the cave, so you can see what's beyond Mystery Lake, what we didn't get to see, and the Ripley's article. So, other than that, we're done. You can go. Oh.
I'm like seeing stuff now.
What?
Glasses.
You losing your mind?
I saw a shadow in my glasses.
Probably.
Well, thanks for coming down, guys. You guys can go on out. Don's in that next room, but
Thank you, ma'am.
you're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Guys, I'll have a good rest of the day.
We will, sweating to death.
Right.
Of the beautiful rock drapery of Bridal Cave hides, it actually, that drapery hides the more magnificent of the two, the pipe work. And so, and that'll be the next formation that you see when you first enter that next room. This is the sample of the honest, same thing, pipe work and every other formation.